Breaking tonight, the major winter storm bearing down on the East Coast as the West Coast reels from devastating rains. Tens of millions under winter weather alerts, cars sliding off the road in Michigan, and delays and cancellations piling up as New York City braces for the biggest snowstorm in years. And out here in the West, torrential rain sending mud and debris sweeping into homes. The latest track and timing. Also tonight, new video of U.S. strikes on ISIS targets in Nigeria on Christmas. The president campaigned on no new wars, so what's the end goal? We're breaking it down. And a mother accused of murdering her 9-year-old daughter pleads not guilty, the sentence she could face if she's convicted. And stolen cruiser chase, shocking TMZ video of a man walking across the highway, then hijacking a state trooper's car. How it all came to an end. And flu cases surging across the country, plus the warning over possible measles exposure at 2 major airports. The doctor's orders on Top Story to discuss what you can do to protect you and your loved ones. And a New York City bus careening into parked cars before slamming into a store. What we're learning about that driver, and one boss taking the season of giving to a whole new level. We're going to speak with him about the $240 million he's handing out to his employees after selling the company. Plus, the holiday gift return rush is on, why it could cost you extra this year. Top Story starts right now. Good evening, I'm Gotti Schwartz in for Tom, and right now a major winter storm is bearing down on the East Coast. At this hour, conditions for millions are rapidly deteriorating, and it's only expected to get worse. Taking a live look at Midtown, you can see snow is really coming down out there in New York City, and tonight, delays and cancellations are climbing. Planes forced to deal with conditions like that, blinding snow quickly piling up. There's video of cars crashing and sliding all over the roads. A number of governors issuing a state of emergency, urging people to avoid driving during the next few hours. Power lines completely iced over, and this storm pushes east. Officials are telling people there to prepare for possible outages. But out west, a historic Christmas Day storm burying cars and homes in thick mud. Torrential rain triggering flash floods and mudslides. That same system bringing feet of snow to West Coast mountains. 2 ski patrollers caught in an avalanche at Mammoth Mountain, and further north at Tahoe Resort. Ski patrol walking in waist-deep snow where some spots saw more than 4 feet of fresh powder. Our reporters are spread out from coast to coast tracking the latest conditions, and we start tonight with NBC's Sam Brock at Newark Airport with the travel meltdown.
A burst of bad weather during one of the busiest travel stretches of the year, tonight wreaking havoc and upending plans from the Midwest, where a spate of accidents stopped traffic in Saginaw, Michigan, and icicles dangled from power lines and streetlights, to the Northeast, where this plane in Rochester, New York, took off in treacherous conditions, screaming wind and heavy snowfall. New York and New Jersey tonight under states of emergency, bracing for their biggest snow totals in years. As the region's 3 main airports already seeing cancellations between a quarter and a third of all arriving flights.
When you saw that alert, what went through your head?
I was like, oh my God, so what do we do?
Frustrated travelers struggling just to rebook.
You guys have spent all day trying to figure out a way to get home.
Yes. From the morning until now, we're still on the phone.
But the travel troubles are hardly isolated to New York, with San Francisco earlier today under a nearly 2-hour ground delay for high winds, and the Florida airports experiencing hundreds of delays. Conditions are expected to stabilize by Saturday afternoon, but not before a white Christmas 2 days later. The Big Apple may experience its largest snow event since 2022, when 8 inches of snow fell in Central Park. The city's Department of Sanitation standing by with 700 million pounds of salt and declaring a snow alert for New Yorkers, as millions more just hoping to get home.
And Sam Brock joins us now from the Newark International Airport, where it was snowing just a few minutes ago, right?
Yeah, the snow has been ongoing here for really the last hour or two where I'm standing, Gotti. And look, as you look at the nationwide picture, somewhere in the range of 7,000 flight cancellations so far and counting. Excuse me, 7,000 delays. That would be a lot. 1,600 or so cancellations. You know, what's fascinating about those numbers, a lot of these airlines were preemptively canceling ahead of the system actually arriving. So now that it's here, how much higher is that number going to climb? Also, you heard about these states of declaration of emergency for New York and New Jersey. That really is more geared toward drivers. 40+ million people are flying over this period, but 70 or 80 million are driving. You know the conditions are going to be very difficult and challenging right now. Hopefully people are just paying heed and staying home and staying safe. Scotty, back to you.
Sam Brock, thank you. And out west, much of California is still digging out after days of torrential rain, floods, mudslides. Dana Griffin is in hard-hit Wrightwood, where the cleanup has just started.
Tonight, a trail of destruction in Wrightwood. Homes and cars buried in feet of mud after a raging wall of water swept through this tight-knit mountain community.
Have you ever seen just the wall of water, mud, and debris come down like it did?
Not like this.
Volunteers at this popular snowboard rental shop removing sludge by the barrel.
Piles and piles of mud everywhere. It was honestly very heartbreaking to hear that this place was getting washed out.
Water rushed in so fast here, some residents had no time to get out.
By the time those messages, those notifications came in to us, the roads were already impassable.
Damage assessment teams today canvassing the area. How catastrophic is it?
Some of it's complete failures. We've had houses washed off the foundations, and we've had also houses twisted on foundations. So it's very serious.
These are the stunning images up close. This overturned car was actually parked about 50 yards in that direction. Areas near Wrightwood recorded more than 10 inches of rain since Monday. Across Southern California, more than 100 people were rescued during flash flooding, mostly by boat or helicopter. Residents in the hardest hit communities now cleaning up the destruction left behind.
It's really such a special place, and I am so happy, though, that we were all able to band together and get this place cleaned up and hopefully ready to start back up the snowboard season in a couple weeks here.
And Dana Griffin joins us now live from Wrightwood, California. Dane, has this community seen anything like this before?
You know, Gotti, residents say that it has flooded, so they are used to seeing some debris, but nothing like this. You've got cars that are overturned. As we walk this direction, you'll see just the big boulders, the mud, the debris. You see so many homes that have some sort of impact. You've got trailers that have slid off their foundations. And even this cabin behind me, it's got feet of mud almost to the windowsill. Gotti?
Wow, that destruction. Dana, thank you. And for the latest forecast, let's bring in NBC Chicago meteorologist Kevin Jeans. Kevin?
The snow continues to ramp up across the Northeast, Gotti, and it's going to pick up at snow rates 1 to 2 inches per hour while the icing continues across parts of Pennsylvania. So heavy snow overnight, big travel impacts across the Northeast. Conditions should improve drastically by tomorrow afternoon, but that's after all this snow comes down. A widespread 6 to 8 inches of snow possible from Albany to New York City, and locally up to 10 inches of snow possible. By Saturday afternoon, conditions improve, clearing skies across the Northeast, easy travel weather across the middle of the country, still sunny and really warm across the country's midsection, and finally the rain coming to an end across the West Coast. Some much better travel weather out west as well come Saturday, and it should be good as far as the airports are concerned for Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Still some snow-covered roads across the Northeast we'll keep an eye on for Saturday. Sunday, rain develops around the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Temperatures in the 50s, though, before a cold front moves in late in the day through Sunday night. But good travel weather across the Northeast, and again out west comes Sunday. Wet roads, though, with rain across the Great Lakes and Midwest for Sunday afternoon. Gotti, back to you.
Kevin Jeans, thank you. Now to a major military escalation overseas. President Trump announcing strikes on suspected ISIS targets in Nigeria on Christmas Day. NBC's Julia Sirkin is traveling with the president, and she's got the latest.
Tonight, the first images of American missiles launching from a U.S. Navy ship, killing multiple Islamist militants in Nigeria, according to the president, who posted about the surprise Christmas Day attack after repeatedly warning terror groups that if the slaughter of Christians did not stop, there would be hell to pay. Nigeria's government now confirming it worked directly with the United States to carry out the mission. But the foreign minister also pushing back against President Trump's claim that Christians alone are being targeted by the Islamic State.
This is not about religion. It is about Nigerians, innocent civilians, and the wider region as a whole.
The strikes come just one day after the president thanked U.S. troops on Christmas Eve for last week's attack against ISIS in Syria.
It was a big attack, and you really did a big job. I know you will continue to show no mercy. You can't show mercy because they show no mercy to us.
In recent weeks, the U.S. military has launched strikes against ISIS targets in Nigeria, Syria, and Somalia, seized oil tankers off Venezuela, and earlier this year hit Iranian Revolutionary Guard positions inside Iran. Back in Florida, President Trump is expected to host President Volodymyr Zelensky on Sunday. The Ukrainian leader announcing today the two will discuss security guarantees and saying a U.S. negotiated peace deal with Russia is now 90% ready, even as the Kremlin continues to hammer Ukraine, launching new strikes through Christmas.
And now Julie Sirkin joins us from West Palm Beach, Florida. Julie, we're hearing these reports right now of major strikes inside of Kyiv. What can you tell us?
Yeah, these strikes from the Russians clearly continuing through the Christmas holiday and into tonight. It is 2 in the morning in the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. I'm looking right now at a map. The entire country is red. A source sent along a message from their Telegram channel with an air alert telling them to immediately proceed to the nearest shelter. An official also cautioning a Ukrainian official that Russians tend to step up these attacks right before major negotiations, before holidays, as we saw on Christmas. And in this case, this is particularly relevant because we know that President Volodymyr Zelensky, as I just reported, is heading to Mar-a-Lago on Sunday to meet with the president. I'm told from a Ukrainian official that the Ukrainians are planning to discuss security agreements with the U.S. ahead of any peace deal with Russia, as well as efforts to rebuild the war-torn country. I should also note this is the first time Zelensky is heading to Mar-a-Lago. It's where the president tends to host foreign leaders for more personal conversations. Gadi?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Julie Sirkin in West Palm Beach for us tonight. Julie, thank you. And for more on those strikes that we were just talking about in Nigeria, I want to bring in NBC News contributor Colonel Stephen Warren. Colonel Warren, let's put this latest strike into context here. In the last year, the United States forces have bombed targets in Nigeria, in Syria, in Iran, Yemen, Somalia, and then there's those alleged drug traffickers in the Caribbean and the Eastern Pacific Ocean. How do all of these airstrikes compare to previous administrations?
Gotti, it's been very busy on the national security stage in 2025, all over the entire world. In years past, what we've seen is focused strikes in certain areas. For example, while we were fighting in Afghanistan and Iraq, that's where a majority of our energy went. Now, the wars in Afghanistan, the wars in Iraq, those are complete. But we still have threats around the world that I think the president and the Pentagon are now trying to focus on.
And so far, those strikes have seemed to be limited to airstrikes, special forces operations, maybe. Do you think that that could change into 2026? Like, could we see boots on the ground in any of these countries?
There's always a chance that we could see boots on the ground somewhere. Right now, we haven't postured our forces, so we haven't brought our forces together in such a way that we'd be ready to invade another country. So that's not on the immediate horizon. It usually takes several months for us to build up the type of what we call combat power, the type of forces and logistics, et cetera, in order to conduct a full-blown invasion. As you mentioned, special forces, small pinpoint strikes, those are very common, and we can do those at a moment's notice.
We've heard so much about so many different organizations. You've got, the Houthis, you've got what's happening in Venezuela, but ISIS, hearing ISIS over and over again now, ISIS in Syria, ISIS in Somalia last week, and now these attacks against ISIS in Nigeria. Is ISIS growing here?
No, that's a great question. Exactly the right one to ask. The short answer, Gotti, is I don't believe ISIS is growing. And don't forget, we've seen some ISIS-inspired attacks in Australia on Bondi Beach, that tragic attack several weeks ago. All of that said, it doesn't appear that the threat is growing. What it appears is that the attention the administration, the Pentagon, is paying to the ISIS threat is growing. So the threat has been out there. We have been conducting strikes in Somalia against ISIS for really nearly a decade. We've been conducting strikes in Iraq against a variety of targets since the mid-1990s. So what we're seeing now, and all of that started to kind of calm down, I think, a little bit there in 22, 23, 24. Now what we're seeing is that there's a bit more of a focus on this ISIS threat as they continue to spread their ideology through digital means, as they continue to inspire lone wolf attacks, as we did see in Australia recently, as I believe we saw in Syria recently against American forces there. So what we're seeing is increased focus, but I don't yet believe that there is an increased threat.
And I do want to ask you about these strikes that we're hearing about inside of Kyiv tonight. And we know President Trump and Zelensky, they were set to speak on Sunday. We were hearing that the peace plan there might be close to maybe being finalized. How much stock do you put into that, given what we're seeing tonight here?
Gotti, what we're going to see, these peace plans, particularly for wars in Europe, historically, they are grueling, grinding, laborious efforts to try and bring all the different parties together. You have the warring factions, in this case, Russia and Ukraine, but you've got the rest of Europe that has stakes in this. The United States has stakes in this. Bringing all of those different stakeholders together is a hard, long, painstaking process. This is another step in that process. President Zelensky said he believes that this meeting will result in a framework that can lead to peace. Do not expect, Gotti, for an announcement that there's peace in Ukraine to come out of this meeting.
Yeah, let's hope for some progress. Colonel Steve Warren, thank you so much. And shifting gears now to the latest in the disturbing case of Ashley Buzzard, the mom accused of killing her 9-year-old daughter, Melody Buzzard, 2 months after she was reported missing. Now, Buzzard appearing in court today, pleading not guilty to the charge of first-degree murder. Her family was in the courtroom as well, and some people were heard reacting to the plea. Take a listen.
And are you requesting that I enter not guilty plea in denial?
We're entering a not guilty plea.
Oh, okay. Not guilty plea is,
ladies and gentlemen,
is entered.
Now, authorities say they think Melody Buzzard was killed shortly after she was last seen in early October on a road trip with her mom. They were seen together on security footage wearing wigs, apparently in disguise. Ashley Buzzard was arrested following the discovery of Melody's remains. Officials say Melody died from multiple gunshot wounds to the head. Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Savalos to help break this down. Danny, so many people have been following this case. Now the prosecution releasing a lot of information and evidence, but there are still a lot of questions surrounding how long it took to find the body of Melody here. What do you make of the prosecution's case so far?
It's strong, but it's not airtight. I mean, there is some evidence that's very compelling. The matching up of spent shell casings, both at, apparently, or at least allegedly, at the crime scene and allegedly also at the home of the defendant. That's not good for the defendant. But at the same time, the length of this of time that elapsed before the child was found and the length of time during the search, that does raise some opportunity. And by that, I mean some vanishing, diminishing opportunity for the defense. This is going to be a really, really difficult case because potential jurors will likely punish a mother who was last caring for this child. She was last in her custody, even if the defense tries a defense of, well, we don't know exactly what happened and they can't prove it, therefore there's reasonable doubt. It's going to be a tough case for the defense.
And Danny, we've already seen the district attorney's office say it's not going to be seeking the death penalty here. Is that a strategic decision?
The choice to seek or not seek the death penalty is almost always more of a political decision than a strategic one for a couple of reasons. First, a imposition of the death penalty is often really procedurally hollow today because so rarely is the death penalty actually carried out. Although in modern times in some southern states, the death penalty is actually carried out. For the most part, it is very, very difficult to actually carry out an execution. So prosecutors have a difficult decision to make, and that decision, in my view, is often more political than on the merits of the crime. This is a high-profile case. Prosecutors do not want to lose, even if it's the imposition of a life sentence instead of the death penalty. So that's likely what factored into their decision.
And Danny, it sounds like you're saying that the nature of this case would make it very difficult for the defense. But how do you see the defense approaching something like this?
It's hard at this stage, but this is going to be a tough case no matter what. Is there a possibility of some kind of insanity plea? It's so rare that insanity is used successfully that feels not likely here. There's a lot of deliberation, at least from the evidence that we've seen so far. So I think you might see a case that is very strong against the mother. And maybe, and this is just a clue for everybody out there, when you see defense attorneys really focusing on reasonable doubt and the burden of proof in their closing arguments, that means we just don't have much else. And we're stepping back to the burden of proof and the presumption of innocence.
Something to watch for. Danny Ceballos, thank you so much. And next tonight to Washington State, where police say a man running in the middle of traffic ended up stealing a lieutenant's car, leading officers on a roughly 10-mile chase. A lot of it caught on camera. NBC's Jesse Kirsch has that shocking video.
Watch this man standing in the middle of a Seattle freeway. In video obtained by TMZ, he appears to open a Washington State Patrol lieutenant's unmarked car door, pull her to the pavement, and take off in her cruiser.
State Patrol was assaulted by a subject who then took their patrol vehicle.
The police vehicle seen speeding away, lights flashing.
Oh my God, he just stole the cop car.
According to police, the wild scene played out Christmas Day when a Washington State Patrol lieutenant approached Alexander Eugene Smith, who was running across the freeway. A witness capturing video of the suspect walking toward the lieutenant's vehicle. Then police say Smith pushed the lieutenant down and stole her car, sparking a roughly 10-mile chase.
The vehicle is now southbound I-5 from exit 179. State Patrol's ramming the vehicle.
Watch the moment police appear to ram the allegedly stolen vehicle, bringing the pursuit to an end.
I believe a taser had to be used.
Washington State Patrol telling NBC News by phone that the suspect resisted arrest. Police adding no one was injured.
So many things could have gone wrong. Whether, citizens could have been injured.
Police say Smith was booked into jail for investigation of felony eluding, assault, DUI, and theft of a motor vehicle. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News.
And we are back in a moment with the deadly ramming and knife attack in Israel. Our Matt Bradley is on the ground in Tel Aviv. Plus, the new health warning tonight as parts of the country are seeing a surge in measles and flu cases. What you need to know to stay safe. And the workplace giveaway like no other. Meet the boss who is sending his employees $240 million in surprise bonuses. We're going to hear from him live on Top Story straight ahead. Welcome back. And now to a holiday heist caught on camera. Porch pirates in Phoenix swiping packages from outside a house on Christmas morning, no less. Sean Rice from our NBC affiliate KPNX spoke with the family about the theft and how it reminded them of what matters the most this time of year.
Just before 1 a.m. Christmas morning, while most people are fast asleep, a pair of thieves were already at work.
I lived here about 4 years, and I've never had anything like this happen before.
The entire theft captured on David Stevens' Ring doorbell camera at his home near 32nd Street and Shea Boulevard in Phoenix.
He's probably noticed the Ring camera, so he was turning away his face like this, and then he approached the doors, grabbed the two boxes. He had a little bit of time lifting it up because of the weight. I don't think he actually knew the weight amount of it. But then he picked it up, and as he picked it up, he twisted it this way because he knew that there was a camera on his right side.
What is typically your run-of-the-mill porch pirate theft of 2 Amazon packages more meaningful for David and his family.
They were all last-minute gifts that I was picking up for the family, and including my daughter. The electronics were a streaming stick. And the play set was a pretend mop set for my daughter.
Despite multiple visible surveillance cameras, the thieves did not hesitate.
They actually didn't even park in front of my home. They parked a little bit further down. So it definitely it seemed like they knew what they were doing.
David has filed a police report. He's hopeful someone recognizes the walk or body language of the thief. He doesn't expect the packages back or even an apology from these 2 opportunistic criminals. Their actions grounding him on what the true meaning of Christmas is, what money cannot buy.
We took the time to spend time with our family, That's what's really important. All of this happened. I mean, things can get replaced, but family can't.
In Phoenix, Sean Rice, 12 News.
Sean Rice, thank you so much. And next tonight, the bonus that went beyond. Employees at a factory in North Louisiana walking away this year with a life-changing sum of money worth about $443,000 paid over 5 years. It is a story that we spotted in the Wall Street Journal. As a family-owned data center supplier, Fiber Bond was sold. Every single one of the company's 540 full-time employees getting a cut worth nearly $240 million in all. Behind it all, Fiber Bond President and CEO Graham Walker, who joins us now. Graham, great to see you. Happy holidays. I got to ask, why did you decide to do this?
With a couple of reasons, right? I mean, one, it's Christmas season. I'm a person of faith, and so the faith that I've got compels me to do it, and that's something that's been a legacy of Fiber Bond with our family and our leadership over 43 years there. Secondly, that 43 years was not all just roses, right? I mean, it's a hard thing to have a business and to run it properly, and there are lots of hard decisions along the way. And so the only way that we could, as we sold, to make sense out of all that was to allow people to share in the good part of it as well. So those are the two reasons, I would say.
And we've also got one of your employees, Lisa Key. She's been with you for such a long time. She's also joining us here. Lisa, great to see you. This is a reunion of sorts here. Lisa, this is a life-changing amount of money. When you got the bonus, like, what was that moment like?
Couldn't hardly believe it. Unreal. Just, I couldn't even take it all in. It was like just unreal. Hard to believe.
And give us an update. Where is that money going for you?
Well, it has done a lot for me so far. I was able to pay my mortgage off 12 years early. You know, I was able to open up a boutique, something that I dreamed of doing, but never thought it would be possible. But I made that happen through Graham and his blessing.
Graham, I mean, hearing that, just even paying off a mortgage 12 years early, that is the gift of not just money, that is a gift of time. What goes through your mind?
Well, one thing first, I mean, we use the term gift, but look, everyone, Lisa, especially of all people, Lisa Key, earned it. And so this is not something, it was not just a gift. It's something that through the hard work that the team has put in, the entire team, it's not our family's credit, it's hers. So very simple reaction.
It was simple for many people watching, and yet many business owners watching are like, no, this is not simple. I mean, when companies change hands, usually it's not the workers that see the payout in this way, outside of maybe like owning stock options. Why were you insistent on structuring this whole deal this way?
Look, about 3 years ago, I think it was, I had a conversation with a guy at KKR, big private equity name that everybody knows. But Pete Stavros has led a movement for 4 or 5 years now to get ownership into employees' hands. And, he probably doesn't remember that conversation. But for me, as we were just thinking about potentially what does a transaction look like, it was a really impactful conversation because, I think for every business owner, I mean, the situation's different, the circumstances are different, the ownership of the business, but getting the reward of the sale into the hands of the people that deserve it the most is a common thing that you hear from people. It's just not a very easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of legal maneuvering, and it takes, also really, you've got to have a good buyer. In this case, Eaton was a great company to work with, and they didn't shy away from really making something very difficult happen. So, it took a lot of different people working together to get to this alignment.
Yeah, quite the inspiration. Lisa, I mean, you started at the company, if I understand it correctly, way back in the day, right? And you have gone through ups and downs with the company since like 1995, and you stuck with the company.
Yes.
Why?
Well, like I said in the beginning, it's just like family working there. Great benefits. You couldn't ask for a better company to work for. It was only 30 minutes away from home, and going to work and they always made you feel welcome working there, and they cared about every employee. So that made it easy to work there.
And now it looks like that family is extended through the business that you've got. Incredible to see. You guys are an inspiration. Graham and Lisa, thank you so very much for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
And still ahead on Top Story, the scary scene out on the road. A bus driver in New York barreling through the front of a store. We're going to tell you what happened next. And back now with Top Story's Global Watch. Major developments in the Middle East. Israel's army claiming responsibility for the death of a key Iranian militant in a ramming and stabbing attack, killing 2 people in northern Israel. NBC's Matt Bradley is following it for us here.
That's right, Gotti. 2 incidents in just the past 24 hours, one in northern Israel, one in Lebanon, just go to show that all along the fringes of Israel, we're still seeing conflicts percolating despite multiple ceasefire agreements. Now, the Israelis said that they had struck and killed a member of the Iranian Quds Force. That is a main unit inside the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. That is one of the groups within Iran's military apparatus that supports proxy groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in the Gaza Strip, the Houthis in Yemen. But this time, this strike, and we haven't heard any responses from Iran or from Hezbollah or the Lebanese government, just goes to show, if the Israelis are right, that the Iranians are still operating with Hezbollah in Lebanon, despite the fact that we've now seen more than a year of a ceasefire between the Israelis and Hezbollah. Now, at the same time, we saw today a ramming and stabbing attack that killed 2 people in northern Israel. And this was done at the hands, according to the Israelis, of a Palestinian man from the West Bank. Now, both of these deaths and multiple injuries, again, go to show that Israel is still facing threats all along its borders. Gotti.
Matt Bradley, thank you. Now to Top Story's news feed, starting with China imposing sanctions on 20 defense-related companies and 10 executives here in the United States. This comes a week after the Trump administration announced a more than $10 billion arms sale to Taiwan. The sanctions target major U.S. companies, including Northrop Grumman and Boeing in St. Louis. And according to the Chinese Foreign Ministry, the sanctions freeze the company's assets in China and ban individuals and organizations from doing business with them. And in New York, a passenger bus crashed through a front of a store. This happened yesterday in Yonkers. You see the back half of that bus sticking out from the building with emergency crews on the scene. Police say 2 other vehicles were hit, but no one was inside. The bus didn't have passengers on board either, thankfully, and authorities say the driver was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. And Travis Kelce maybe played his last home game for the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium last night. The Chiefs lost to the Denver Broncos 20-13, and the sports world has been speculated that Kelce might retire soon. Kelce saying last night that he'll make the decision about whether or not to make a swift exit from the NFL with his family, friends, and Chiefs when the time comes. Okay, he didn't say the swift part. We put that in. And White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announcing that she is pregnant with a baby girl. Leavitt saying on Instagram that her second child is due in May of next year. She also thanked the Trump administration for, quote, fostering a pro-family environment in the White House. And now to Top Story's health check and the surge in winter sicknesses. Just as families gathered for the holidays and millions of traveling around the country, there's this trifecta. There's measles, flu, and norovirus. People who pass through airports in both Denver and Boston have been warned of possible measles exposure during one of the busiest travel weeks of the year. And this as flu cases, especially in children, climb to record numbers in places like New York. Just take a look at this point made today in the New York Times. Quote, preliminary data from hospitals across the city indicates that more patients went to emergency rooms complaining of flu-like symptoms such as fever and cough in the week ending in December 20th than during any other week in the past decade. And if that wasn't enough, the viral norovirus or the winter vomiting bug, it is surging as well. Let's bring in family physician Dr. Bayo Curry-Winchell. Doctor, good to see you. I want to start with the measles exposures as these 2 very big airports in the United States. We have seen the number of measles cases really grow this year. Remind us what exposure looks like here, and if you've come into contact with it or passed through those airports, what should you do?
So measles is one of the most contagious viruses, and unfortunately, the symptoms can mimic a common cold in the beginning: cough, runny nose. But what's different is the fact that you get this unique rash that starts from the head and works its way down to your toes. Also, high fever. And the interesting part about this is, if you're traveling, you may not even know that you were exposed to measles because it can linger in the air for even up to 2 hours.
Wow. And Doctor, switching gears, in places like New York and around the country, we're also seeing a spike in flu cases. New York experiencing the highest number of flu cases ever recorded in a single week. How at risk are family members of also getting sick? And what can you do to protect yourself when you got everybody in the house?
Well, right now is travel season, as you mentioned, and we just saw the highest week of flu cases. And that's because people are traveling, as well as year after year, we continue to see a decline in vaccination rates. And so that combination makes it really difficult to combat the cases that are on the rise. So what you can do is first get a flu shot. That's a great line of defense. And if you are traveling and you're concerned about your exposure, wearing a mask, washing your hands, all of those things are great ways to reduce your risk.
And on top of all this, we've got norovirus also surging. What's going on there?
Yes, you know, and even in my family, I get worried about this virus. It is very transmissible, meaning you can get it very easily. And so it's on objects and it spreads like wildfire. And it's known as the vomiting disease. So you're vomiting, nausea, and diarrhea. And the hard part is a lot of people just think they have the stomach bug when actually they have the norovirus. So they just stick it out and then they're at home preparing meals and then it just continues to spread. So these are all things that can really wreak a havoc in a household. And so whatever you can do, washing your hands, making sure you go to the doctor is key.
Yeah, washing those hands. Dr. Bayo, thank you so very much for all of that. Coming up on Top Story, handling those holiday returns, what you need to know if you are planning on sending back gifts this season, plus the special surprise for a woman who went out of her way to help a total stranger wrap a holiday present. How that small act of kindness led to a life-changing gift. Let's go. And back now with the post-holiday return rush. This year, shoppers are set to return an estimated 1 in 6 gifts, but they might find it a little bit more costly than in years past. Here's Brian Chung with what you should consider at the return counter.
On the day after Christmas, the return rush is just beginning. But this year, many stores are making it a little harder to get that full refund. From Best Buy's 15% restocking fee for some opened items to Macy's $9.99 return shipping fee for non-members. Nearly 3/4 of retailers are now charging for at least one return option, up from 2024, citing shipping costs and return fraud. But fear not, there's an easy way to score a full refund.
One of the biggest ways to, try to avoid a lot of these different costs is to do in-store returns.
New Jersey small business Tons of Toys understands that shoppers want flexibility, offering customers store credit for returns on items purchased elsewhere.
If someone bought something from Target, they could bring it back and return it here? Yes, they can. Big box stores, sometimes they're a little worse with the return policies, and we just want to make it as easy as possible for people to shop.
For those returning items, you don't have to go today. Major retailers have extended return policies for items for the most part bought after Halloween. Best Buy will take most returns through January 15th, as Amazon and Walmart generally offer returns through January 31st. But watch out for earlier deadlines at Target and Amazon for Apple and other electronics items.
Paying attention to the retailer that you purchase from, actually what the item is too, is going to make a big difference.
And Brian Chung joins us now. Brian, asking for a friend here, but there are some other ways to return your gifts instead of just going to the store, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And in many cases, it's not even returning it to the same company that has the same brand on the front. For example, at Amazon, you can bring back some items to Whole Foods without the box entirely. You just bring the item, you scan a code, and you're good to go. But there are some other creative ways you can return something as well. There is a company called Happy Returns. They're a UPS company that allows you to buy something online from a company like Allbirds. Let's say you got a pair of shoes there, or maybe you got a sweater from Everlane. Well, instead of having to ship it back directly to those two companies,
companies, you can bring them to an Ulta Beauty or to a UPS store or other types of retailers because they all participate in what they call the Happy Returns Network, and they'll process the return right there for you, which means that you have plenty of options to return that gift that just may not have fit right or maybe it was the wrong color this holiday season. Gotti?
Yeah, nothing says happy like a return. Brian Chung, thank you so much.
Yep.
And now to an incredible moment of holiday kindness. A California mother thought she was just helping a stranger wrap a present, but soon found out the life-changing gift was actually for her. Caught up with both of them earlier today.
I'm so sorry to bother. Do you by any chance happen to know how to wrap a Christmas present?
I can sort of.
Is there any way you could help me out?
Sure.
When a mom named Janae was standing with her kids in a parking lot, she thought she was helping a stranger wrap a gift.
That's so sweet. I'm so glad you stopped me.
It's for you.
Are you serious? Are you kidding me? No, you're not. You're kidding me right now.
I'm so serious. No.
You're kidding me. That's exactly.
No.
Turned out that gift was meant for her.
Janae, you're amazing.
You don't even know me and my kids are homeless.
Oh my God.
I am in so much need right now. I'll show you all of our stuff.
I believe
I'm
you.
in
I believe
need.
you.
Like, that's why I'm like, who are you? You are heaven sent, dude.
The man behind the random surprise, content creator Jesus Morales, who shared the moment online, and within hours, strangers wanted to help.
It's life-changing. I can breathe now.
Jesus started a GoFundMe, and in a couple of days, donations poured in, now roughly $280,000 and counting. What's next?
A house. I would love to just continue to do what he has done to me. I want to give back to the 11,000 people, 12,000 people, or however many people are still giving to me.
Does it feel like something more powerful is at play here?
I 100% believe that. I genuinely think that it couldn't have gone to a better person.
A simple ask, a small act of kindness.
It's for you.
Now a life-changing miracle for a family just in time for Christmas.
God bless you. Oh my goodness.
Kindness of strangers. And thanks so much for watching Top Story. For Tom Llamas, I'm Gotti Schwartz in Los Angeles. Stay right there because more news is on the way.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.